Drama house, A-game entertainment, early, and my nigga. You already know. Chill, let's get this money, nigga. Let's go.
You talking guap, then we talking the same language. Ain't talking money when nigga you speaking Spanish. No, what's that? The show ain't English. What's that? The show ain't English. I'ma teach them how to speak English on this shit.
What's good? What's good? It's your boy Drama House, A-Game Entertainment, 216 The Movement. We move with, you dig? What's really good, man? Hood stories, man. I got a ton of them, but let's get straight into it, man. My nigga Rell, man. Rest in peace, my little nigga Rell, man. He was a real nigga, man. He was a young nigga, but he was a real nigga, man. And he was coming up in the world, but he had an attitude, man. He was a dark-skinned little nigga, missing front tooth, high cheekbones. He just, when you look at him, you can tell this nigga is trouble. You don't want your kids hanging around this little nigga, because he always got some shit going. And even if he ain't do it, they gonna blame him. You feel me? Rell did it. You feel me? Because he just had that look. The neighbors couldn't stand him. When they used to walk down the street, even my people was like, that's Rell, little ass. I can't stand this little ass. But he had brothers and sisters that used to come down to my house. He even came down to my house. Like little niggas, they come down to my house and watch hood movies and shit. And then, you know, I put them down in the gang. You understand me? X-Unit. All my niggas already know X-Unit, 357 Blood Gang. You understand me? But at the end of the day, man, my little nigga was off the chain, man. He was always doing some shit, man. Bullying other kids, talking shit. Like, he'll say, like, some foul shit to a young girl. You feel me? Even when they was young, he'll be saying crazy shit. He ain't give a fuck, man. He was one of them little niggas, when he got older, he like, man, this nigga gonna be in jail or something, man, because this little nigga off the chain. But, you know, as time went on, man, sometimes he slowed down, he be cool as fuck. He came at my one little nigga one time, and they was fighting, but they ain't really get off, nothing like that. You understand me? His brothers was my little niggas. They was in my gang or whatever, but they was pumped like, nigga, but nobody touch my little brother. And I'm looking crazy like, what the fuck? You feel me? Well, why is you saying that? You understand me? But it really wasn't nothing. You know how niggas be. That's their brother or whatever. And then one time, like, their whole family was lightweight off the chain, man. They had a motherfucking pops, man. It's a step pops, man. Nigga name was Wes or whatever. And that nigga was a big ass nigga. And one day my little nigga was out there working with the nigga. I come down the street, I see these niggas arguing. Then my little nigga out there working with this big nigga. His brother had a pole. They was hitting the nigga with the pole, you know what I'm saying? Like making him stay back while they was fighting. This nigga had two big butcher knives. This nigga had two, man, this nigga was like 6'5" with weight on him. This nigga had like two butcher knives trying to fight these niggas. And my one nigga was hitting that nigga with like this pole or whatever. And then they was throwing shit at the nigga. And it was crazy, like a big family war against the stepfather. So the older brother that's blood like me, he look at me and say, oh, Hen, I know you ain't about to let it go down like this. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean let it go down like this, nigga? That's your stepdad you out there with. That's your stepdad, nigga. I'm not getting involved with that shit. And the nigga like we had a problem with me, and the next day, the whole family was back together. You feel me? I know better than getting some family shit like that. That shit probably would have switched over on me. You feel me? I don't do no dumb shit like that, nigga. That's a family thing, nigga. Handle that. Like y'all had to handle it. You feel me? And I felt like he was a little nervous. But I can understand that a 6'5" nigga with two butcher knives in his hands, that's something to be nervous of. But that's your step pops. He live with you niggas, you feel me? So I wasn't getting involved in that in no way, you understand me? So that shit went past or whatever. But back to Rell. This is real family though. This is how they get busy or whatever. So, you know, it's been a while. I ain't seen my little nigga, and I ain't seen the brother or nothing. I bump into the nigga like, what's up, nigga? He like, yeah, I'm just chilling, man, or whatever. I see the nigga like, I'm coming out of City Blue and he coming from somewhere, and I to bump into the nigga. We had to make it quick, but I'm asking about the family. How little 50 doing? What's up with Rell crazy ass? He like, man, that nigga still off the hook or whatever. So later on, I run into my nigga Mike Jones. I tell a story about Mike Jones, you understand me? So Mike Jones like, yeah, Rell cool as fuck. Them niggas doing that security shit. I'm like, oh yeah? He like, hell yeah, them niggas doing that shit. So one day I happened to go to this gas station up on 116th, and a nigga started saying like some crazy shit like, nigga, you can't buy no beer out of here or whatever. And I'm like, what? And you know what I'm saying? I don't recognize the nigga. So, you know, I'm being cool or whatever. And he like, nigga, Hen is me. I'm like, he like, you don't recognize me? I'm like, nah. And I started looking, and he was like, Lil 50. I'm like, oh shit, what's up, Lil 50? I ain't even recognize you, nigga. I ain't seen you in a minute. You feel me? So I'm like, what's good, nigga? And then I'm like, what's up with that nigga Rell? He like, Rell do this shit too. Me, my other brother, and Rell do this shit. I'm like, oh, that's off the chain, man. These niggas had guns, the body shit, the bulletproof shit on and everything. I'm like, that's what it is, man. Y'all niggas keep doing that shit. Nigga, I said, y'all niggas the police. He was laughing or whatever. So I bump into somebody. Who the fuck I bump into? I bump into my nigga Early. Free my nigga Early. You feel me? He don't want to be on all these hooks on my drama house shit and be rapping with me or whatever. So he like, man, I asked about Rell again or whatever, because, you know, time passed. I said, what's up with that nigga Rell? He said, man, that nigga Rell ain't doing that shit no more, man, that security shit. He quit that shit. He said niggas was calling them niggas the feds. He was like, man, I ain't fucking with that shit no more. You feel me? I'm like, man, that niggas just talking shit. Niggas know y'all ain't the feds. They was just bullshitting. He like, yeah, that nigga Rell on some other shit. So I'm at the grocery store with my baby mama and my kid or whatever. And I happen to be walking, he like, hey, what's up? And I turn around, I'm like, oh shit, what's up, Rell? He like, damn, nigga, you still look the same, because I'm much older than Rell. You feel me? I'm like, oh, nigga, you look good. What's good, nigga? I see you shining, nigga. He like, yeah. I say, what happened to that, I wish I already knew. I said, what's up with that security shit? He said, man, I ain't doing that shit, no, man. Fuck that shit, man. Niggas was trying to clown me and shit and all that shit. So I said, cool, man. But stay out of trouble, nigga, whatever. He said, you already know. And when he walked off, he had a look on his face. I don't know what the look for, what the look meant. Maybe it was just that the nigga just was looking, but it was a look on his face that I seen. And I just like, man, he got some shit in him or whatever. I get a call from my nigga maybe some months later. He like, man. I'm like, what's up? He like, man, they killed my nigga, man. I say, who the fuck he killed? He said, man, they killed Rell, man. I say, what? He said, yeah, man, they killed Rell, man. I say, what the fuck? Oh, why the fuck? Where? What the fuck when this happened? I ain't heard shit. He said, man, this nigga Rell had his sister, his baby, I think his baby or somebody baby in the car, two of his people or whatever. They pull up to like a convenience store or whatever, and one of them convenient gas stations or a convenience store, something that be in the hood, you know, on a late night, and you know, Rell was beating the music or whatever. So it was a nigga standing over by the store, because they parked over, I guess, by the gas pump or whatever they parked at. So Rell get out the car with the music playing. You know how niggas get out the car with the music playing and stand there and they be jamming or whatever. So old boy walked over to Rell. You feel me? And I guess Rell might have knew the nigga, because they was talking for a minute. And I guess the nigga was, I don't know what the nigga was saying to Rell. Nobody really knew what the nigga was saying to Rell or whatever. They was just talking. I think the nigga was asking the nigga, can he let him hold something or a couple dollars or whatever. Rell told the nigga, get the fuck out of here. You feel me? And dude was like, I guess, you know, got aggressive too or whatever. Rell went to swing on the nigga. Cause that's how Rell get busy, you feel me? Rell went to swing on the nigga. Rell swing on you in a minute. So Rell went to swing on the nigga. The nigga like dipped back up the strap, popped Rell like 2 times, dropped him to the floor. There's people in the car screaming and shit. You know, it's nighttime, so I don't know how many people out there. So I know the people in the store hear this shit. So while Rell on the ground, Rell was trying to get up. Old boy stood over and hit him 2 more times. And after he hit Rell 2 times, the nigga walked over to the car and shot the car up with the baby and everybody in that bitch. And nigga sped off. The nigga was on feet, so when I sped off on my feet, he dipped off. You understand me? And killed Rell. Rell died, I think, on the spot or on the way to the hospital, but I think he died on the spot because them second 2 hit him in the back, and that probably hit him up in the, you know what I'm saying, kidney, liver, wherever, hit him up in there and probably just killed the nigga. You understand me? And then, luckily, nobody in the car got hit though. That was the crazy part. He shot the car up with a baby in that bitch, a girl in the front seat, 2 people in the back, and nobody got hit, man. And the crazy part is this nigga's sister and people got to see their own brother sit there and leak to death and die and couldn't do nothing about it, man. They could do nothing about it. Now, I think they got the nigga, you understand me? But the crazy part is his sister and them got to vision that shit every fucking day, every fucking night until that shit finally disappeared, man. You understand me? Rest in peace, my motherfucking nigga Rell, man. But like I say, man, when you out here in these streets, you gotta think for you and you gotta think for the next man. Because you don't know who the fuck is on what. You feel me? You make motherfuckers feel comfortable. That's how you do it. So when it's time to move, they don't expect it. But when they know you an aggressive nigga and how you get busy or whatever and you start acting up, the nigga gonna hurry up and give you the lightning because he already know how you get busy. You feel me? And I wish that never would have happened, man. I wish we could have still had my nigga Rell here. I wish my nigga would have never let the bullshit get to him when he quit doing his job. You feel me? He let some motherfucking outsiders, like his brothers and them, kept doing it. And they probably successful off that shit. But he was so into the streets and being who he was and listening to other people, he let some motherfuckers get him killed. Because that's what happened. He got himself killed letting other people dictate what he was doing. You feel me? And that's some fucked up shit. R.I.p. my nigga Rell, man. X-Unit, man. Forever, man. You already know. Drama House, A Game Entertainment. 216 The Movement. We move with. You dig?